Hey, Facebook friends. I was just sitting here today thinking about who I was and how I got to be the person that I am today. Thinking about my past and where I came from, the home that I grew up in, and I'm very thankful for my parents and to them for how they raised us as boys and how we grew up to be men, God fearing men who seek to serve and honor God. But, just thinking about the past and thinking about who I am today uh, helped me come to the realization that I am who I am today not because of my past, but I am who I am today because of who I choose to be today. And I think this is something that's on my heart that I just want to share is that you are who you are because you are that person because of the choice you made today. The past does not define us. The past does not make us who we are today. Now, it can help mold us and it can help shape us and form us, but we can choose to allow it to affect us today. So, no matter what type of home you grew up in, no matter how rough that home was, does not mean that you have to be that person. You get to choose today whether you want to allow your past to affect you or not. Today you have that choice. And I want to challenge you. Think about who you are, how you got to being the person that you are, and are you okay with that person? Because you have a choice to accept that. That choice is yours today. Your past does not make that choice for you. I think it's kind of like clay. When you're little, and I'm not really a potter, but when you're little, you're like that clay that's just recently been mixed. And there's enough moisture and you can just mold that clay and you can form that real easily. And you can shape it into whatever you want it to be. And so when you're little, your parents kind of shaped you. And if you are a parent now, I want to encourage you to think about this way. You are shaping your child. But when you're little, that clay is soft. And it's easy to shape. And it's easy to mold. And it kind of, is easy to work with. That young clay. But as that clay gets older, and we kind of leave it, and so as we get stuck in our traditions and our habits, that clay kind of tends to harden a little bit. And there's some imperfections in that clay. Like there are in our life. In our teenage years, we see imperfections. But it's not too late because you can add a little bit of water to that clay and then you can kind of smooth it out. You can kind of mold and fill in the cracks. It's not too late. And as time goes on, that clay gets harder. And the harder it gets and the longer you wait, the harder it is to shape it and to mold it. And that's how it is with our lives. The longer we wait, the longer we are okay with our imperfections and we accept our past and our failures or our faults and we just live with them instead of changing them, the harder they are to get out. This is the case with people struggling with addictions. The longer you're in it, the harder it is to get out of it because that clay has dried. And it's so hard to change that pattern because of what we're used to. But it's not too late. See, clay, once you bake it, you fully cure it, well, then you can no longer work with it. Our lives are moldable clay. And only until death does that clay become hard, so hard that we can no longer mold it or shape it. You are who you are because of who you choose to be today. Your past does not define you. It can shape you, but you can change that today. And so I don't know what you all went through your entire life, but I want to encourage you with this. Don't let the past define you. Come to the realization that you are who you are based on who you choose to be today. And some of us, that's harder than others because of our past. Some of us had a harder past than the rest of us. And so, it takes more effort. It's harder. It takes prayer. It takes more perseverance. But I want to challenge you to do that. Look at your life. Examine your life. Ask yourselves, are you okay with who you are today? What is there that you would change? Be a better person today than what you were yesterday. And you know what? Plan to be a better person tomorrow than what you were today. But the choice is ours to make each and every day. So we got to stop blaming our past for our present day failures or for our present day hardships. Because you are who you are today. And you can only change and control that. What happens tomorrow, we'll deal with tomorrow. But right now, I want to challenge you to be a better person today than what you were yesterday. And tomorrow, you're going to challenge yourself to be a better person tomorrow than what you were today. And so I want to encourage you with that. Don't let your past define you. It does not have to define you. You are who you are based on who you choose to be. And so I want to encourage you with that. Choose to be the best you that you can be. And God will bless you. I think that's all God asks of us. Be the best that you can be.